Hey guys, and welcome to my vlog. My name is Erin and I am a writer. I'm working on several fantasy pieces, so I started this world building vlog series to go over some of the things that I've had to think about while creating my fantasy worlds. So today we're going to be talking about religion. This is going to be a three-parter that's going to cover the basics, holidays and sacred sites, and worship. So religion is a major part of history and culture, and so it should probably at some point be a part of your fantasy world. It can even just be a part by saying that it doesn't exist. If you don't want to have a religion, it's not the end of the world, but if you're going to, then these posts should help you. An important note to make here is that you should probably have more than one religion at least mentioned. You don't have to develop a dozen, but literally if you look around the world, there's a lot of religions, and it's not especially realistic to have a single religion that every single person in your world follows. So first things first, what does the religion you're making worship? And is what they worship real? And by that I mean, does the thing that they're worshiping actually interact with people, or is it more of an abstract concept? So also involved in this concept is mythology. Are the myths and legends of your world something that is from actual history, or are they just stories? Do any of the myths explain natural phenomena, such as seasons? If you're going to be creating a full pantheon of deities, what are the domains and personalities of each one? Are all the deities worshipped the same, or are specific ones more important, and is there a hierarchy within the pantheon? You'll see it quite commonly in a lot of religions where the pantheons have a similar hierarchy to human civilizations, where you have a king or queen or both of the gods and everyone else is a little bit under them. So in terms of the religions that you're making, you're probably going to have one that is a little more dominant than others. That is pretty normal for just about every country in existence. You have one primary religion, and smaller amounts of people will worship a bunch of other ones. In regards to your dominant religion, how powerful is it? Historically, religion has had a lot of say in how things are run. And the people who are in the upper echelons of those religions have a lot of political power. Now, the most dominant and powerful religion is going to have a huge impact on what society values. So just be aware of whatever values you set up in those dominant religions is going to influence the rest of your society. So you just have to make sure that they are in line with the cultural values that you want to exist within your story. Of course, it's going to be a little bit different if you're not going to have your dominant religions actually be involved with state. I only bring that up because historically it's been very common for religion to have an incredible influence on the actual political sphere of the countries. So focusing on your non-dominant religions for a second, how are the members of those religions treated? Are there any stigmas or restrictions against specific religions? It really depends on how you want to go with this, whether the dominant religion is tolerant of other religions existing, or maybe they are totally not cool with it and people are persecuted for practicing another religion. Figure out if there are conflicts between the different religions. And if so, how intense they are, have they led to war, have they led to massacre, etc. If there is no conflict, why? Chances are, if you have a bunch of different religions, they may not have that much in common, so you should know what it is about them that makes them harmonious. And if you are going to have religious persecution, keep in mind that this usually, if not always, breeds a religious underground. People will find ways to practice their faith, even if it's illegal. You also want to know, with the religions that you're developing, is there some sort of hierarchy in the religion, or is it based purely on your individual spiritual experience? Basically, is it organized religion or individual? If someone is running things, figure out the hierarchy if it is relevant to your story. You're going to want to know, can anyone enter into these religions? Can anyone access the hierarchy and move up through the ranks? And does this vary between the different religions that you're developing? Once you know how society as a whole feels about the various religions that you created, figure out how your characters feel about them. What religions are your characters part of in the story, and how do they feel about them? Consider how your characters might interact with their religion, with spirits, with deities, what have you. as well as how neighboring nations have interacted with them. And speaking of other nations for a moment, if you're going to have a dominant religion in your focus country, you should at least be vaguely aware of what these other countries are practicing. Even if it's not super relevant to your story, it's probably information that you should know because it will give you a lot of insight into what those countries value and how they might interact with your focus country. So religion is very important to culture. If you are unsure about how deep to go, take a look at some of the world religions, read up on their history, read up on their mythology, and you will get tons of ideas for how to set up your own. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. All my social media links will be down in the description, and I will see you next Wednesday with another video. Bye!